Hey everybody, it's your family wellness chiropractor, Lee Goldenberg. Really excited to come to you live from Greystone Chiropractic, where I usually do a lot more live posts, but the last few weeks have been crazy busy during our break time when I usually try to share information with you. So I appreciate you bearing with me and waiting for this awesome post. So today is my off day where I take care of a lot of loose ends. I wrap up a lot of things that, maybe paperwork, looking over x-rays, learning about new patients and current patients that we're reevaluating. And I study. I do a lot of research and a lot of personal development to keep really on the cutting edge of how to take care of you and how to be better every single day. So one of the things I was looking over was over the last few weeks, we did a re-x-ray on a person who has been with us for about a year and a half. This was the first, I'm going to zoom in a little bit here, first day here. And when we did x-rays, and you can see where right here, because of the reverse in the neck, it should be this way. So the curve is completely reversed right here. It's actually wearing down this joint right here. If you can look real close, you can see this right here has a lot of arthritis in it, and there's a reduction in space. That means that the joints are reduced in space because of all the pressure coming down on the lower neck. That is not healthy. That alters nerve signals, and it starts to make it hard to move. At the very least, it's got an effect on the joints. But we know this from the research, within 2 weeks of a misalignment or subluxation, the body will send down calcium to start to fuse that joint. That's what arthritis looks like. When within 2 weeks, it starts to send down calcium and it alters nerve signals from the brain to the cells and tissues and vice versa. That we know is a health implication from the beginning, way before you feel it. Bigger problem you see here is her atlas is jammed up into the skull, or better said, the skull is jamming down on the atlas. Why? Because there's a reverse in the neck and the head is being smushed down on it. And that is not a healthy situation, because what this area controls, that's a brainstem. That controls immune system, hormone regulation, digestion, blood pressure, body temperature regulation, mood, energy, sleep, pretty much everything you think is important. So if that's irritated from probably 20, 25, 30 years of dysfunction, how well do you think you can do and how fast? It's going to take time. So a year and a half later, we do a re-x-ray. Look at the difference here. If you even just look at the lower part of the neck where there's less of a reverse, yes, it's not perfect, okay? So we can't be in such a short time. A year and a half is not a lot of time when you think about how long it's been in dysfunction. But look at how awesome this is now. That calcium that's been sent down that was over here and that's smushing down on the joint is not as intense. That shows us that arthritis can actually be reversed in some instances and to some degree. We're seeing less arthritis there. Textbooks say that can't happen. Well, I'm here to show you that it can happen. Wolff's Law tells us pressure put on a bone will change the shape of the bone. It will put input into the bone and change it based on the pressure given. Well, if we take the pressure away and there's less pounding on that bone, don't you think the bone will actually heal and resorb some of that calcium and do better? Well, that's Wolff's Law. That's what the science tells us. But to see it in action is pretty awesome. So you can see that right here, better, healthier joint. What about atlas? Do you see the difference between the skull and atlas here? And the amount of space we're getting there, that should be there. It should be even more, and we will get there in time. But how amazing is that change? The other thing I can see is when you look at Atlas here, Atlas is rotated sideways. You can see both sides of it because of a head tilt. You don't see that here. We're starting to straighten out and healthier when you're straighter in this position, right? So there's no real health in crooked. We're going to correct that over time. Because why? Not because it feels great right now, but because we're setting the tone for healing and better health later when we start to do the work now. So we get well now, but what's the most important thing once we get you well? Keep you well. This is why I don't call this a before and after. I call this a before and a current, because there's no limit if we keep it going the right direction. Studies show when people were evaluated for asymptomatic chiropractic care, in a chiropractor's office, they would get adjusted regularly. They found that there was no ceiling, there's no limit, there's no cap to the benefits these people can get in cell formation, in energy, in vitality. General wellness indicators didn't stop getting better. Longer the care, better they did. So why would I tell you to get adjusted regularly for life? A, because I know within 2 weeks of a silent misalignment, it's starting to wear down that joint and it alters brain communication. B, because the longer you stay well adjusted, the better and healthier you are. C, because they found in studies on the brain that you get adjusted regularly, your brain gets on average 20% higher functioning for the cerebral cortex. So regular adjustments, generally keeping you well, is what we excel at and why we're here. Not just to get you out of a ditch, but to keep you well for as long as you want to be well, and for as long as you want these nerves and brain signaling the right information to the cells, organs, and tissues of your body. I'm so excited to be a part of your wellness team, your family wellness chiropractor. If you haven't been in a while, call us, 205-981-8090. If you've never been here, I don't know what you're waiting for. We do have a little bit of a wait list going on, but get on it, because you don't want to wait till you're dying to get in here. Get in before the problems happen, and you will stay well more efficiently and for longer. So call us, 205-981-8090. I'm honored and truly humbled to be your family wellness chiropractor, and I'm excited to see you when I do. Thanks.